Normally, I wouldn't check it during church, but for whatever reason, I looked down. It was a headline from Fox News, I believe, and it was kind of like a throat punch, right? There was a shooting today at a church in Michigan. Two lives were lost, several others injured. I think there's at least one or two folks that are still in critical condition. And I felt this grief and this anger. And here I am in worship while another church, another family of believers is facing tragedy in the very place that that they went to worship and feel safe. Now, I don't know I don't know much more than what I've read in the news today and seen on the news, but I know this much, right? The devil is at work. You can't tell me it's a coincidence that in that very moment, across the nation, more people are returning to church. More people are coming alive in their faith. More people are seeking God with open hearts, and then bam, evil strikes. Then later at dinner, after my son's lacrosse game or whatever, my wife and I were talking about it, and we've just both seen how revival is stirring. Churches are filling. People are truly moved to take that next step of faith. Heaven will be crowded, but then something like this happens, right? And it feels like then the enemy is trying to slam on the brakes. And let's call it what it is, right? This is a spiritual warfare. The devil thrives on fear. He wants families to second guess whether it's safe to walk through the church doors. He wants doubt to creep in. He wants people to believe that the lie that church isn't a refuge, but a risk. And friends, we serve a God who is greater than fear, a God who is not surprised, not shaken, not defeated. And in moments like this, I hold tight to the words of Isaiah 54:17. No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord. Now take that and pick it apart whichever way you want, but it's all there in the book, right? So that verse reminds me that the enemy will always try. Weapons will always be formed. Attacks will come, but they will not succeed because God has already secured that victory. Now, history shows us that the early church was hunted, persecuted, imprisoned, and even martyred. And yet the gospel spread like wildfire across nations. The gates of hell could not stop it then, and they can't stop it now. And that's the truth. My heart aches for those families in Michigan today. And I pray for comfort, for healing, for strength.